हाय गाइस। आज के वीडियो में हम पाइथन लिस्ट को एकदम सिंपल और प्रैक्टिकल स्टाइल में सीखने वाले हैं। फ्रॉम बेसिक्स टू मिनी प्रोजेक्ट पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट क्रिस्टल क्लियर हो जाता। सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि इस वीडियो के लिए कोई प्रीरिक्विजिट नहीं है। पहले कोडिंग किए हो या बिल्कुल ज़ीरो से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, बस देखते जाओ और साथ साथ कोड करते जाओ, सब समझ आ जाता। ये वीडियो में वी आर गोइंग टू कवर द फॉलोइंग टॉपिक्स: क्रिएटिंग अ लिस्ट, इंडेक्सिंग, स्लाइसिंग, मॉडिफाइंग वैल्यूज, एडिंग आइटम्स, डिलीटिंग आइटम्स, सॉर्टिंग, लूप्स एंड एन्यूमरेट्स, और फाइनली हम लोग एक मिनी प्रोजेक्ट करने वाले हैं टू डू लिस्ट प्लानर बना के। अब बिना कोई देरी के कोडिंग स्टार्ट करते हैं। और सबसे बड़ी गुड न्यूज़, आपको कुछ इंस्टॉल करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं गूगल कोलैब। ये एक पाइथन ऑनलाइन नोटबुक है जो बिल्कुल फ्री है। यू जस्ट नीड अ गूगल अकाउंट। तो लेट्स गो टू google.com। यहाँ पे गूगल कोलैब सर्च करो और ये लिंक ओपन दिस। यहाँ पे न्यू नोटबुक को क्लिक करो। तो बेसिकली ये गूगल कोलैब का इंटरफेस है। ये एक्चुअली वर्चुअल कंप्यूटर है जहाँ पे पाइथन लाइब्रेरीज प्री इंस्टॉल होती हैं। इफ़ यू सी हियर, यू हैव टू कनेक्ट टू दैट वर्चुअल कंप्यूटर और सारे लाइब्रेरीज प्री इंस्टॉल होते हैं। यू जस्ट हैव टू कोड एंड रन, दैट्स इट। एंड ये फाइल जो है, यू कैन एडिट द फाइल नेम। ये फाइल एक्चुअली आपके गूगल ड्राइव में सेव होती है। यू कैन रिफ़र टू दिस फाइल एनी टाइम यू वांट। गो टू गूगल ड्राइव एंड उसके फाइल फोल्डर्स में ये फाइल सेव होके रहती है। दैट्स इट, वी कैन स्टार्ट कोडिंग नाउ। Before going to list, let's cover the syntax of print statement. तो print statement क्या है? It's very simple inbuilt function. It displays whatever is written inside two quotation marks. For example, this is how it looks. ये दो quotation marks के बीच में whatever I write. For example, welcome to my code verse. Let's learn Python list. So when I run this cell, it prints it. It's so straightforward. But when I have some variables which I wanted to print, so for example, let me create some variables. Okay, एक variable है, another variable. So I want to print these into my print statement. I can do that using f string. So what it is just write f in front of the quotation marks, and whatever variable you want to print, write it in curly brackets. For example, my name is, I'll write that variable in curly brackets, and my score is, write that variable in curly brackets. Simple. Okay. And yeah, this is like basics of print statement. Let's go to lists now. Okay, I'll start a text box, create lists. Okay, how do we create lists? Create lists is nothing but a sequence of ordered items. Okay, we create it by using square brackets. So nums1 ka, when I create the list, for example, I'll write 1 3 5 7. Okay, this I created a list of four items. nums2 2 4 6 8 10 में 5 items का list बना दिया मैं. Okay, so this is how we create lists. If you want, you can print them and see. nums1, nums2. Okay, so this is how the list is represented. You can have mixed data type lists. For example, I can have a int, I can have a string, I can have a float, I can also have a boolean. Okay, so in Python, list can have different data types also. uh, to check the size of list, you have to use length, len. You see size of this list mixed, it has 4 items. Okay, you can also create list using list comprehensions. It's like, for example, using for loop, for example, x for x in range. If I put range 10, it will count from 0 to 9. Range 10 matlab 0 to 9. Okay, by default it starts from 0 unless specified. You can start with any number basically. For example, if I want to start from 4 to 9, I use this. Let's show 1 second. Instead of printing, you can directly write this for the last statement. Okay, so we have defined this list from 0 to 9. If I want 4 to 9, I just write 4 10 range. Okay, if I want a step of 2, I mean अभी देखो 4 5 6 step of 1 है. अगर if you want step of 2, I get 4 6 8 ऐसा. So these are some of the ways to create lists. Okay, you can even have a function here like 2 times x, double whatever the list was, x was there, uska double, triple, whatever function you can put, x square or anything. So this is how we create a list, and let's see what is indexing. So basically, when we define list, for example 10 20 30 40, so each item has its position, and that position is represented by its index. For example, 10 20 30 for its first item, second item, third item, fourth item. In the same way, starts from 0. So index of 10 is 0, 20 is 1, 30 is 2, ऐसा. So we can, if you want the second item, I have to call it by its index. For example, if I write nums of 0, that means index 0 का क्या है number? It will return 10. Nums of 1 will return 20. You understand? 3 will become 40. So मतलब 0 से start होके 0 1 2 3 and it will return that number. So every item in the list will have its position index. Okay, this is called indexing. And what is slicing? Slicing is nothing but taking part of that list. For example, if I want first 3 items of this list, what I do, nums first 3 items, this will return me first 3 items. I mean starting from 0 index to 2. If I do 3, it will calculate from 0 to 2. If I do this, nums of 1 say 4, it will calculate, it will return me the items with index 1 to 3. Okay, let's see what it returns. 20 30 and 40. 20 has index 1, 40 has index 3. So this is how it returns. If I want last 3 items, what I do, there is a shortcut -3. If I do this, it will return me last 3 items. Okay, and directly you can return last item by this. nums of -1. This will return you the last item. If you want last second item, you can use -2. Okay, -1 the last item, last second item is -2. You can reverse list like this. You can reverse the list like this. You can also copy list. You can copy list like this. For example, nums ka copy. This is another list is equal to nums. You can't do this like this because uh, when you copy a list like this, if you change nums, automatically nums copy gets changed. So that's not a good copy. So okay, but when you do this, अगर nums का कोई वैल्यू चेंज किए इंडेक्स से तो nums कॉपी भी चेंज हो जाएगा. To avoid that, this is how we copy. So when we do this, it will make a separate list. Okay, if you don't do this thing, it will not make a separate list. It will point both to a same list. एक change करेगा तो दूसरा भी change होगा. But if you copy this way, both lists will be separate. This is indexing and slicing. Okay, so coming to we can modify a list using index. Let's see how we do that. Modifying lists. So for example, I define a list fruits. Okay, I'll define 3 fruits. Let's say apple, banana and mango. Okay, अब मेरे पास क्या एक लिस्ट डिफाइन किया, उसमें 3 फ्रूट्स है, एप्पल, बनाना, मैंगो. ओके, अभी लेट्स सी what will I get. Fruits of 0, it will return me apple because apple first fruit है. ठीक है. Okay, I want to change this. How do I change this? Fruits of 0 equals to, I want to change from apple to grapes. Okay, I can do that. Now if I print, the first item got changed from apple to grapes. So using the index, I can modify the lists. That means these sequences are editable. You can edit the value, you can edit the item using its index. Okay, just go to that index and change it. See the strings are in a way similar to lists, but only difference comes here. So for example, I'll show you. This is a string. Okay, so this is a string is nothing but a collection sequence of characters. I can index it like a list. I can slice it also like a list. I can reverse it like a list. It's all looking same. Indexing, slicing, everything is same, but the only difference comes while modifying. You cannot do this thing you cannot do. Text of 0 was capital H. I cannot change it to something else. It'll throw error. So that means the strings are not immutable. Strings are immutable. That means they cannot be changed directly like lists. Okay, strings are locked sequences. Lists are editable sequence. You can edit them as you wish, but strings, they are logged. Okay, you can only access them but cannot change them. The strings are immutable. This is a major difference between strings and lists. Okay, so coming back to lists, so we can add items. So we'll adding items. We can add them using three operations: append, insert, and extend. Okay, so let's see one by one. So what we already defined, fruits. It has three fruits. Okay, now I want to add a fruit at the end, so I can do this. Fruits dots append. I want to append apple at the end, and I'll check. See, apple got appended at the end. If you want to append any item at the end, you can use append. Okay, if there is only one item, you can use this. If you want to insert anywhere in between, you can use insert. Append only adds at the end. Insert can add anywhere. Fruits dot insert. For example, I want to add at index 1, I want to add a fruit orange. Let's check. See, orange got added at index 1. Okay, now let's see, what if I wanted to append more items at once. So for example, I have more fruits. This is another list. Let's say pineapple and guava. So I want to append these two fruits at the end. How do I do this? I can use extend. If it is only one item, I can do append, but if I have more items, I can use extend. It will extend another list to the main list. Okay, now if I print fruits, see, this pineapple and guava got extended to the original list. So you can also do this got added to the original. You can also if you want to return a new list with combined fruits, you could have done like this also. For example, what were the original fruits? Grapes till apple. More fruits क्या थे? Pineapple and guava. You can do this. Fruits plus. You can also do this. Okay. So this is all about adding. So we have seen how do we append, how do we insert at any location, and how do we extend. Now let's see how do we remove items. So we have operations like remove, pop, delete. Let's see them one by one. Okay, so currently let's say we have these fruits. Currently we have these fruits. Okay, now let's check. Okay, now if I want to remove banana, I can do this. Dot remove banana. Let's see, did it got removed? Yeah, banana got removed. I can do this. If I want to remove only the last item, let's see, we can use pop. If I just use pop, it will remove the last item. Guava gone. Okay. Actually, this pop will return that item also. Like if you equate it as removed item equal to fruits dot pop, that removed item will stay as guava, and the original list, that item will be removed from original list obviously, and this thing also returns. This is a specialty of pop. uh, okay, and one more way you can do is you can use del. You can use any index, like for example at index 0, or if you want to remove grapes which is at index 0, you can use this. Okay, this is about deleting items. And I want to add this in count index operations also. Like for example, let's take the same example. So we have this list. Okay, let's see if I want to know if apple is in the list. Yeah, if it is in the list, it will return true. So this is boolean. In to check if it is in the list, we can use this. For example, if I want some different fruit like kiwi, or it should print false because that's not in our list. So this is one way. um, and we can count the number of items in a list. For example, right now there, how many apples are there? One apple is there. I'll add another apple. Fruits dot append. So now there will be two apples, right? Yeah, there are two apples. Let's say I want the count of apples. So what do I do? I can do this. Count. It will return me number. Sorry, apple. There are two apples. So this is what this dot count gives. Also, fruits dot index. I can also return the index of that item. It will return the first index of that. For example, there are two apples, right? The first apple का index it will return. So इसका index क्या है? 4 है. 0 1 2 3 4. This is one thing. And let's see sorting, how sorting works. For example, I have nums. Okay, I have nums. I'll randomly write some things. 9 1 7. Okay, I've defined a list. if I do nums dot sort, it will sort that list in place. Okay, it will sort that. That means nums got modified. If you see nums now, it got sorted. By default, it will sort ascending order. Okay, this is sorted in place. That means original list got modified. By default क्या है ascending order में है. अगर if you want in different order, you can do this. Nums dot sort reverse equals to true. Okay. This is also in place obviously. Nums if you do descending order में आ जाएगा. By default reverse is false, it is ascending, and reverse is true is descending. So this operation actually modifies the original list. If you don't want to modify original list, you can use this. Again, I'll take the same list. This time what I do is sorted. It is sorted of nums. This will return sorted values, but nums will not get modified. Nums will stay the unsorted thing. Sorted function will return the sorted values but will not change in place. So basically it creates a new list. Creates new sorted list. Okay. Now this is about sorting. Let's check looping now. How looping works. So basically we know that we can create a list using loops, right? X for X in range. If I say 10, we can even in decreasing order you can do, for example 10 set 2 with step -1. It will come from 10 till 3. It won't go till 2. It'll come step down by -1 till 3. And you can do enumerate. You can enumerate a list. Okay, what is enumerate? So what it does is it will add index to each item. For example, if I say for index comma item in enumerate my list. So in what is, for example, I'll define my list here. Some random I'll define 3 5 2 7. Okay, so now this is my list. What I'm doing is I'm enumerating my list. That means I'm creating a counter for my list, like this is 0, this is 1 2 3 4. So this 0 1 2 3 4 is index, and actual 3 5 2 7 4 is item. So when I do this, and let's see what it prints. Okay, I'm printing index, and I'll print two things, index and item. These are a pair, index and item. Every index has its item. Okay, so if I print this, So 35274 are the items and their corresponding indexes. Okay, you can by default it starts with 0, but you can set start as anything. If I set start as 1, so it will start from 1. Okay, and the basic for x in my list, I can print x to print the values in that list, or you can simply do print star my list. It will unpack all the items in that list. These are the looping syntaxes. Okay, so let's do a mini project. So all the topics have been covered, which covers majorly all the basic operations. Now we are ready for a mini project. So what is this mini project? I'll explain. It's a to-do app. Okay. So basically what I want is um, it should ask a user to input tasks. Okay, he has to input a task. After the task, if until he inputs q, until he types q, that means to quit, it will store all the tasks one by one into a list. So let's start. I'll create a list. Okay, list का नाम है to do. Now first I'll print the instructions or the heading. Simple to do app. Type q to quit. It's like a game. Next line. Okay, so while true, मतलब while whatever नीचे जो कुछ भी है, while true, that will be executing till infinite unless we break. So I'll tell you, you'll understand better. Task, it is taken from input. Okay, enter a task or q to finish. We are using double quotes, so I have to use single quote here. Okay, so while true, it will keep on executing this snippet. If task dot lower is q, what task is a string, right? You can type anything. Task is a string. If that is q, even if you put capital Q, it will take it. Then it will break. There has to be a break statement, otherwise it will keep on running for infinite. We have just understood what is append. It will add the task at the end. So this is a syntax error. You see, we are assigning, it will be double equal to. ये कंपेयर कर रहा है इधर डबल इक्वल टू. अगर क्यू एंटर करा यूज़र तो स्टॉप हो जाएगा, अगर नहीं तो कीप ऑन अपेंडिंग द टास्क. Okay, now let's print the output in the next line. Okay, for I, enumerate भी पढ़ लिया हम लोग. I want to start from 1. So whatever is in to do उसको enumerate करके I starts from 1. It's like serial number. ये variables है. Okay, task और I is like a serial number. Task, let's see, let's run this. I hope you all understood this snippet. I'll explain again. So basically we created an empty list to do, then ये print होगा. Whenever this is run, first line will be printed, simple to do app, type q to quit. This is an instruction basically. अभी next line पे while this is true, this keeps on executing continuously. It keeps on asking input, enter a task, enter a task, enter a task continuously. Okay, once until a user inputs q, it will not break. Only if the task is equal to q, this loop will break and game is over. If input is not q, it will keep on adding the tasks, and finally we are printing the results using this for loop. ये why enumerate? To give the serial number. Okay, let's run this. See, first line got printed, enter a task. So we can enter some task. For example, learn Python. Entered. See, again it's asking to enter a task, different task. Like for example, go to gym. Okay, another task, edit YouTube video. Another task, reply to comments. Another task, cook lunch. I think now I'll end Q. I can see even if I put capital Q, it will make it lower and compare with small q. So even if I put capital or small, it will end. It should end. See, it ended. So this is the final results. Okay, these are enumerate indexes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the tasks which we entered. These are the contents of the to-do list. So we have successfully implemented this mini project using all the concepts we have learned for the lists.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो एक लाइक ज़रूर देना और चैनल माइकोडवर्स को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना ताकि आप नेक्स्ट पाइथन वीडियोस मिस ना करो। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम टपल्स देखेंगे, कब लिस्ट यूज़ करनी चाहिए, कब टपल बेहतर होता है और कैसे टपल आपके कोड को और ज़्यादा सेफ, प्रेडिक्टेबल एंड फास्ट बना सकता है। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए कीप कोडिंग, कीप ग्रोइंग।